Hi, I'm Ian,
And I'm Heather.
and we're here at Village Ski Hut to help you learn how to fit boots properly.
Yes.
Okay, there's a lot to it. We're going to do a quick demonstration. Heather's giving me the model, and I'm going to put the boots on her. I'm going to show her how we go through the process of starting to find the right boot for you.
Go. Hey guys, so we get a lot of people in trying on boots and they're not sure how new boots should feel. It's a little bit of an intimidating process because we don't really know what to expect on our feet. So we're just going to go through that process right now and kind of show you how to do it.
Okay. First thing we're going to do is have Heather take her shoes off. And the first thing we notice, she has the wrong socks on. Okay? Socks are supposed to be smooth, like that. No wrinkles, no seams. That's one of the worst things that can happen in a boot, and no matter how good your boots are, you're going to have issues with it. So now we're going to give her a proper pair of socks.
Where do I put my jeans?
You roll your jeans up. Jeans should not go in the boot. Skinny jeans are not the best for boot fitting. They look great, but not the best for boot fitting.
And base layers are the same? Yeah.
While she's doing that, the other thing to consider is when you wear your long johns or your base layer, keep them out of the boot. Roll them back upwards towards your knee. Do not let the seams go in. Seams will stick out and they will bite you like little thumbtacks inside your boot. So keep everything unnecessary out of the boot.
Go.
Okay, Heather's now ready to try on boots. Before we ever just put her foot into it, we're going to unbuckle the boot, take the liner out, and we're going to do a shell check. Okay? That means we're going to put inside the shell and see how much room we actually have to work with. Stand up, slide your toe in. Okay, slide your toe all the way to the front. Just lean forward for me so you can have a look. Okay, now slide your heel to the back. Okay, see how much room you've got? You've got about that much room in the shell forward and back. That tells us we have room in the boot to make this fit properly. It's not too big, it's not too small. Okay, now we're going to put the liner in the boot. The first thing I say to customers, when you first put this on, it's going to feel too small. Okay, if we look, before I pull this apart, we look at this. It has a really deep heel pocket here. When you first put your foot in, your heel won't be all the way to the back. And the liners are sewn about this much short at the end of the shell, and this little toe box is meant to stretch. That way there's never a wrinkle in the liner coming out of the factory.
Whew, that's tight.
Your toes are just touching the front right now?
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit like this.
Yeah, feels
Okay.
short, a little bit
then
short.
Next thing we do is when you put your foot in liners tend to slide into the boot. There's a little tab at the back here. When you give that a little bit of a pull, make sure the liner stays up in the back. It's a really good thing to do even with old boots because liners tend to work their way down. So next thing we're going to do up the boot. Now you'll notice the order that I do up the boot is very important. Okay, Heather's got her heel
Should
up.
I
Yep.
heel it?
Heels up, okay. When you do that, sometimes you get a bit of a bounce. It's usually better to do this buckle up first and then do it. Pull you back in like that. Now give your heel a kick. Okay? And she did something natural. She pushes her knee towards my hand a few times, works her heel back into the pocket. Now,
I can already feel my room around the toes.
now we're going to buckle up the rest of the boot. So what we're doing here, this is a real key fitting area. You want to hold your foot back into the boot. So this is third buckle is the most important buckle right here. Now we do this one up fairly evenly because we want to have a full contact on the shin. A 1-point contact on the shin like that with a sloppy top means you usually get a shin bite. So we're trying to keep the pressure very even. This one gives us a power strap, and we usually put them on the outside. You can put them on the inside of the tongue, but it helps ease the transition between liner and shell. And when she flexes forward, it brings the back of the shell with her. These two buckles, you'll notice I haven't done it very tight at all. There. Arteries and veins cross over here. This is the danger buckle. This is the one to put your feet to sleep. You'll collapse your arches, and the whole thing goes sideways for the rest of the day. So we do just barely close those. If we need to do a refit or do something else, we'd rather lift you up into the round of the boot than clamp down on your foot, because that is the foot shape that the boot hands us. Okay, if you push your knee down back and forth towards me, when you're in the forward position like that, are your toes off the end?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's what we want. That's where you're going to end up. The liners are going to stretch a little bit.
Okay guys, so I've had the boot on for a few minutes now. The liner's starting to warm up and actually start to shape to my foot. What I really want to feel at this point is that I'm feeling solid contact through the middle of the boot here. From the metatarsals, or the ball of the foot forward, I should feel like I can move my toes up and down like this. But what I really want to avoid is lateral movement in the boot, because when we're skiing, we're pushing laterally on the boot, and if you get movement that way, you're going to lose a lot of performance, because energy is going to be going elsewhere in the boot, not directly to the ski. I want to make sure that when I'm flexing my knee forward, I'm feeling nice even pressure down the shin there, and that I can get my knee comfortably over the top. And I also want to make sure that, most importantly, I'm getting a really solid heel cup in there from the liner. So again, when I'm pushing on the boot, I don't want to feel that heel moving side to side. You're going to get a little bit of up and down, and that's totally normal. We're not skiing like this. We're skiing, again, like this. So you need to avoid lateral movement there. But as I'm wearing the boot more and more, I'm feeling nice, even pressure, no hot spots. So we really want to avoid any hot spots. And at that point, you can just talk with your boot fitter and explain exactly what you're feeling.
Okay, that was episode 1 of how to fit a boot and what to look for. Obviously, we've left you with some questions. We'd really like you to post your questions on the page, and we will be answering them on Friday. And hopefully we can make this process a little more fun and help you skiing better.